They were pioneers of the new wave of British heavy metal. They have built one of the most recognisable brands in music culture. As of 2022, the band's catalogue has sold well over 200 million copies worldwide. Eddie, the band's zombie-like mascot, has been featured on all the covers of their albums. They have existed for more than 40 years and they are still on fire. Their live shows bring together people from all walks of life. Their music is epic, laden with theatrical storytelling lyrics, famously reaching #1 in the UK singles charts without any radio airplay with Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter. They are the definitive heavy metal band loved all over the world. This is the story of the beast, Iron Maiden. Formed in South London in 1975 and originally was going to be called Ash Mountain. Steve Harris got the idea for the band's name after watching The Man with the Iron Mask, the title of which reminded him of the Iron Maiden torture device. After months of rehearsals, Iron Maiden made their live debut at St Nick's Hall in Poplar on the 1st of May 1976. Or taking up a semi-residency at the Cart and Horse pub in Maryland, Stratford. A few decades later, the Cart and Horses was officially named the birthplace of Iron Maiden and turned into a music-themed pub with many mementos of the band's early memories as part of the London's rock music scene. Iron Maiden's first songs were aired at the Cart and Horses, and the band was paid a princely sum of £10 per gig. In 1977, the Vampire Prowler appeared on stage as Iron Maiden's first on-stage character. The crowd soon packed out the Cart and Horses due to the band's theatrics, and Maiden's music went from strength to strength. The band's mascot, Eddie the Head, was originally a mask at the back of the stage. Blood capsules were fed through the mouth, invariably soaking the drummer with fake blood. Artist Derek Riggs based the first drawings of Eddie for Iron Maiden's debut album on an image he saw of a decapitated head on a Vietnamese tank. The band's gigs were advertised in the Melody Maker music paper, attracting new fans. But bigger crowds led to problems, and trouble at a gig on the 23rd of May 1977 led to the band's forced exile from the pub. The band's lineup was constantly changing during the first few years before the band signed to EMI Records. In 1978, Paul Di'Anno joined as the band's vocalist. Steve Harris stated, "There's a sort of quality in Paul's voice, a raspiness, or whatever you want to call it, that just gives the band a great edge." At this time, Dave Murray would typically act as their sole guitarist. Steve Harris said Davey was so good he could do a lot of it on his own. The plan always was to get a second guitarist in, but finding one that could match Davey was really difficult. In 1978, Iron Maiden recorded a demo consisting of 4 songs at Spaceward Studios in Cambridge, hoping that the recording would help them secure more gigs. The band gave a copy to Neil Kay, who was managing a club called the Soundhouse Bandwagon, located at Kingsbury Circle, northwest London. Upon hearing the tape, Kay began playing the demo regularly at the club. As Iron Maiden's popularity increased, they released the demo on their own record label called the Soundhouse Tapes, named after the club. In December 1979, the band secured a major deal with EMI Records and asked Dave Murray's friend Adrian Smith to join, but he declined due to his commitments in the band called Urchin. Iron Maiden released their first self-titled album in 1980, which debuted at number 4 in the UK album charts. After the first tour supporting Kiss, guitarist Dennis Stratton was dismissed from the band as a result of creative and personal differences, and was replaced by Adrian Smith in October 1980. 1981 saw the release of Killers. The album contained many tracks written prior to the release of their first album. The record was followed by the band's first world tour, which included their first performances in the United States, opening for Judas Priest at the Aladdin Casino in Las Vegas. The album Killers sold much better worldwide than their debut album, and eventually reaching gold in many countries worldwide. Paul Di'Anno's addiction problems led to the cancellation of several shows. His self-destructive behaviour led to him being dismissed from the band following the Killers' world tour. Bruce Dickinson, previously the lead singer of Samson, auditioned for Iron Maiden in September 1981 and was immediately hired. The following month, Bruce went out on the road with the band on a small headlining tour in Italy. 1982, Iron Maiden released their third album, The Number of the Beast. This became the band's first album to reach number 1 in the UK album charts. Many metal fans would consider this to be the greatest heavy metal album of all time. The first one with Bruce Dickinson, but the last one with drummer Clive Burr, after being replaced by Nico McBrain. Over the next 10 years, Iron Maiden would release 6 hit albums with this lineup, before Adrian Smith left to be replaced by Janet Gers. By 1992, Iron Maiden were the most successful metal band in history, with record-breaking tours playing to millions of people all over the world, and several number 1 albums. The future looked bright for Maiden. A change in the music industry and the departure of Bruce Dickinson meant darker times were ahead. Was it to be the end of the beast, or was it just sleeping? Find out in this next video.